For nearly a century, the movie star was the primary financial engine of the film industry. A top-tier name on a poster served as a reliable guarantee for a profitable opening weekend. That monopoly on fame is being challenged by a 26-year-old creator from North Carolina. His production metrics now regularly exceed the reach of major motion pictures. He operates as a sovereign commercial entity, a human conglomerate that manages its own capital, production, and distribution without traditional studio oversight. Legacy actors spend decades working for studio contracts. This new generation of creators builds the studios themselves, retaining total control over their output. The shift in power marks a transition where the individual, rather than the corporate institution, holds the primary connection to the audience. Traditional celebrity brand equity relies on a carefully maintained public image. This makes it highly vulnerable to sudden shifts in public perception. The fragility of this model was highlighted at the 2022 Oscars during a live broadcast. A single unplanned moment resulted in a significant and immediate loss of brand value. The financial impact reached Westbrook Inc., a media venture tied to that stardom. Its valuation was compromised because the business was structurally linked to the reputation of a single employee. This chart compares that model to Rare Beauty, which carries a $2 billion valuation. By integrating profit with mental health philanthropy, the business creates a more stable foundation. MrBeast utilizes a similar model. By embedding massive charitable projects directly into his content, from building infrastructure to funding surgeries, he creates a deep emotional connection with his viewers. This strategy builds a layer of brand resilience. When a business is rooted in a philanthropic mission, it becomes less susceptible to the volatility that often plagues traditional celebrity careers. To find the structural predecessor to this model, we have to look at the only actor who managed to thrive during this industry transition. In the 1990s, he realized that a long-term career required moving beyond simple acting roles. To maintain control, he began operating with the autonomy of a film studio. He moved away from standard upfront salaries and began negotiating for equity, direct profit participation in the entire revenue stream of his films. This pivot yielded over $100 million for a single recent film, demonstrating the power of owning the results rather than the time spent on set. MrBeast mirrors this philosophy. He avoids personal salaries, instead reinvesting his revenue to own the entire production pipeline and capture all of the upside. Real control comes from moving past the paycheck to own the equity of the content itself. This loop is the engine of their success. It turns extreme actions into viewership, generating the capital needed to fund the next project. Climbing the world's tallest building or executing massive digital giveaways generates global attention that bypasses the need for traditional advertising. For both, the stunt validates the brand. For one, it represents physical authenticity. For the other, it represents the ability to make an impossible scenario real for the audience. This self-contained cycle eliminates the need for massive marketing budgets. The content creates its own reach, allowing the creator to function as their own distribution network. As these digital networks expand, they are beginning to replace the regional gatekeepers that once controlled the flow of global media. This is visible when a top-tier athlete launches an independent channel that reaches millions of people directly without the help of a television network. The rapid growth of that platform shows how quickly a sovereign brand can mobilize a global audience outside of legacy structures. When leading creators from different fields collaborate, they aren't just making a video, they are merging two of the largest independent audiences in the world. These collaborations generate organic visibility that can change how people perceive an entire region or city. Traditional corporate boards are often too slow to manage this level of visibility, leaving them unable to match the speed at which these creators can shift a region's global profile. This leads to a final assessment of the industry. Are we watching the end of the traditional movie star? While fame remains, the era of the actor as a simple employee is drawing to a close. Legacy stars are working to maintain their standing through sequels and studio deals, while digital-first creators are building their own platforms and owning their own data. The new model requires owning the upside of every project, accepting the risks, and using a personal brand to reach a global audience directly. The icons of the future will not simply appear on screen. They will own the equipment, the platforms, and the direct relationship with the people watching them.